I love the whole adventure of color. I mean, I think in terms of color, and that's the main thing for me. And in fact, those sculptural pieces that are painted and so on, it's really less sculpture than it is a way of getting some color up into space. This is supposed to be Israel. Starts with a hot sun and something like sand, and it gets a little greener, and then fecundity, and even a few things growing, and then finally a village and buildings and water and whatever, and hopefully peace. My father's name on the window was so brilliant and beautiful. It looked great from the outside, but it looked yuck from the inside. And that's because from the outside, I realized the paint was being seen through, was being refracted. In other words, it was more brilliant and jewel-like. So what I have done here, remembering some of those things, and I have several of these, and once in a while I go back and do some more, is paint on acetates with a variety of media, usually with acrylics or watercolor or something, and then on top of that, when it's dry, I put enamels, which conflict frequently in color, but also provide me not only with rather unusual, almost incredible color changes, but also with a surface that is attractive to wax, because enamels really have varnish in them, and so they're sticky. And the wax that I then, hot wax that I apply to the back of those pieces, allows that to be the glue. And on top of soft, long fibered paper, handmade papers, I now, having cut the shapes, press them, compress them so that the wax actually exchanges with the fibers, and that becomes the glue. This is one of the series, and the others are all gone. I had a group of them on the Psalms, the first Psalm and the last Psalm, and they became a big mural that's out at the Kaiserman Y, or whatever they call it, Kaiserman Center on Haverford Avenue. They're about 10 feet tall. And on one side, and this was one of the original drawings for it, is the first Psalm, which is about a tree planted near water so that its fruit goes on forever like good deeds. And then the other is the Hallelujah. One of the last 5 or 6 Psalms are all Hallelujahs, as if they're glad to have gotten through the Psalms. So they're all just joyous and celebrative and so on. And they were dedicated to 2 people. A woman who commissioned this did it in her husband's name. His name was Sam. And everybody I talked to said he was indeed a good man. So I decided on the first Psalm. As I was working on it, this woman told me that she had a daughter who had also died, which was tragic. I was struck by that, and I didn't know that. And her name was Joy. So that's what made me think of the Hallelujah, which is celebrative, you know, timbrels and dance and song and so on. And buried into those 2 final big pieces are their names, which are part of some of the shapes and so on. So you and I know about it now, but very few other people do.